Well, it's like in Skyrim, you know, after a while, it's this running joke that everybody starts giving you quests. This game just gives you systems. Just, oh yeah, this interacts with this in a weird way, or this.
And there's a lot that we haven't even touched on yet. Like there's all these like trait systems that give you passives that dramatically change the way you.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, not just like plus 5% damage, but like
I got one, or I could have gotten one if I'd had enough money, seemingly at my current level, which is like 3, that would have made a massive lava pool where I died.
I think you could have gotten the book that would teach you to do that, but you can't actually get the points in your character level up until much later.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, so the traits actually they just totally redid.
Yeah.
This looks a bit simpler than it was when I saw it last.
It used to be like 100. It used to be so many points.
Yeah, you used to start getting points at level 10. Mm-hmm. So you had 70 points to apply to all these different tracks. Now you have 14 total. And the best part is you can just redo all of your traits at any time in the world whenever you want.
Huh.
Outside combat,
if you are a Grandmaster in Air Magic, does that make you a Grandmaster Flash?
I hate you.
What's Arcana?
Arcana is okay. So the way all the traits work is there is. I'm moving my guy around to a safer area while we're looking at this menu. When you put a point into any of the lines, and every class has 5 lines. They don't all break like it's a real nice like easy breakdown for Elementalist because it's like the 4 elements that you're attuning to and switching back and forth, and then Arcana. But all classes do have like there's like a power and like a damage one, a critical let me try this again.
Go for it.
There's like a track that just improves your damage. There's a track that improves like critical chance and critical damage. There's a track that improves toughness. There's a track that improves health and healing. And there's a track that improves like skill recharges and boon durations. So boons are buffs in this game, basically.
Right.
This is really well put together.
This has been cleaned up so much. Like when I played this game at launch and you were putting like 30 points into a track, it was really frustrating and confusing because it was just overwhelming. Like, well, how do I am I just gonna spend the next 5 levels just dumping a single point into this each time? Like
now it's just
super confusing.
Now you get points less often, and every point you put in. So if I put a point in there, I get plus 50 power and 5% condition duration.
Instead of plus 1% condition duration, which was a thing that they were letting you do at launch.
And then I automatically get this first slot.
Right.
And then
which this was like 5, 10, 15, 20, etc.
Can that slot there be replaced with any 5 ones in that column on your left?
No. The small slots are stuck. They do the same thing.
Right.
These slots you can actually you equip one of these other trait things in.
But a whole bunch of them just disappeared once you clicked on that from the previous one.
That's because I'm selecting this one here, and you can only there's different levels of them.
Okay.
So I can only put the adept ones in this slot. Then if I just click if I unclick that, so now I'm just selecting the line, and it's showing me all of the trait slot things.
And we unlock these gubbins by getting the books and things, right?
Well,
That's
first
you
will, but also it's like level 30 now or something.
Yeah, level 30 is when you get your first trait point. You will have actually a bunch of these by default.
Right.
Okay, cool.
And it's actually when you buy the books. I actually haven't figured that out yet. Like some of the books are just some of these that I already had, and I couldn't figure out why you would buy the books.
It could be a grandfathered in thing. Like this could have been a change that who knows like what a new character does with that stuff now. You know.
Well, Yeah,
so that
true.
little symbol next to blinding ashes,
Mhm.
I seem to recall is like the scout symbol, or the
Yes.
like that's
So
the thing that tells you about stuff in an area, right?
the Grandmaster trait slot stuff, you get a couple of them automatically. The rest of them you either have to buy books to train in, which are quite expensive. They're like 5 gold and up, which is a lot. Or you can do special things to unlock them. Like this one says, defeat the Risen High Wizard and secure the Promenade of the Gods. Alternatively, you can visit your profession trainer in a major city to purchase this trait.
I was going to point out that your choices there are like, go do this incredibly tough thing, or give me $5.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, you can click on the scout icon and it will show you where that is on the map.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we're going to go fucking kill that Risen High Wizard.
Yeah.
Wait, fuck that guy.
Andrew Clare in the chat says, I like that your mage, I think they mean elementalist, I like that your elementalist yells the element like a Captain Planeteer.
Yeah.
Is that a thing the Azura one does?
That's,
because
yeah,
my
that's
char
what my guy
wasn't
does that.
saying anything when I switched.
Your char wasn't like, fire.
Well,
no, he was just
heart.
He says other stuff also, which is really corny and awesome. Like, if I switch to fire, sometimes he'll say, infuriating! Because fire did it. Or
do I not get that at all? Can I buy that with gems?
Or air, sometimes he'll say, now they'll feel my turbulence! Yeah, so...
Jack, no one will hate you if you go from char to Sora.
No, I like my char a lot, actually.
Okay.
Let's see. So yeah,
That
oh, that's so
runs
rad.
so funny. Or that lizard thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's kill some more stuff with my daggers here before we switch to another one.
Just like, yeah, show off all the different little... You don't have to, like, explain them, just, like, let's see them.
I'm just going into Guild Wars so I can take a photograph of my character and show the chat.
Andrew Clare says you're
I've never played an MMO before, y'all. This is exciting
I know,
to me.
it's pretty exciting, Jack.
All of the Asura are, like, they're the nerd race. They're the smart people.
They're the smart boys.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Smart Boys Gang?
Smart Boys Gang. It's really weird that I keep paraphrasing a bit that no one but me has seen.
I think that it works as a joke really independently of that, though, to be honest.
That's good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, what's that from?
This dude who's summarizing Greece, but hasn't seen it in years and doesn't really remember it very well.
Oh, not the country?
Oh, Grease the musical.
Right, Greece the country. He hasn't seen it in a bunch of years and talks about the Strong Boys Gang, which is a big...
Smart Boys Gang has not been doing great in Greece lately.
No, Smart Boys Gang is... Whew, they done goofed. Ah.
Sorry to any Greek nationals in the chat.
Good hustle, Nick. That one was a little touch and go for a bit, and then you brought it back.
Well, it's mostly because I'm bad at...
Well, and your build is probably not built for daggers either, right?
Yeah, like, actually, I just refunded all my traits and never actually respent any of them, so that too.
I forget, what's the earth stuff on daggers like?
It's a lot of making things of earth spires pop up out of the ground to stab things.
Oh, right, that stuff's rad, yeah.
Flattening things, and
So basically, Infamous Second Son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, kinda.
Killed that pig.
This is
a
pig? Is a warg.
Okay.
I was looking at the stream.
Okay.
By accident. He had just killed a pig.
I was killing pigs.
Yeah, that one where you like charge up a lot and then like release and there's like crazy spikes. Really
yep.
Good. That's a good one.
My whole fridge is filled with Easter stuff, and I don't know if I'm allowed to even eat anything. I don't know if there's anything in my fridge that's eatable.
I mean, you could probably eat it. You just might not be allowed to eat
I don't know if it's.
So give me. I ate the Easter eggs in the fridge. They were really cool.
Wait, the Easter egg?
Oh,
Talk about your Easter eggs.
For craft or gathering in this game, I totally recommend everyone gathers, even if you don't ever plan on crafting, because one, you get experience for it. You actually get a pretty good amount.
Experience.
You get real experience for it.
Yeah.
And selling materials on the trading post is the best way to make gold.
Cool. Ooh, a new event.
But then also, for the gathering, everyone can gather everything. You just have to buy these tools, but then the tools only have so many uses, so you have to refresh those tools often at like regular vendors and stuff.
Which probably isn't that expensive if I'm making money on the market.
No, yeah, they're not expensive at all. It's really more of a...
Besides, as well, if we're playing as a gang and some of us are crafting, then everybody gathering, and like if I was gathering stuff and I was getting EXP from it, I'd be happy just to give it all up to somebody else if they were crafting.
Sounds a lot like communism to me, Jack.
Or with more people right now? God.
Am I gonna go and join the dredge? Yeah. I posted my character in the stream chat.
But also, like, and this is just an example of the just sort of like overall friendliness of this game. When you gather something, all of the gather points are there for everybody all the time. So if I chop down this tree up here after I kill the jungle grub that's sitting next to it,
your dagger into a flamethrower?
Yep. So if I chop down this tree here, everyone else will still see a tree standing here, and they can still come and get it too.
Jack, I 100% didn't see this thing. Your things did not show up for me in the stream, so you might want to repaste it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's because it's a link. Is that allowed?
Maybe you're not allowed to link
no, links
anymore.
are allowed. Oh. Maybe you're a ghost.
Jack, are you?
Hi.
Are you a ghost?
Maybe.
Are you
I see you talking in the chat.
Are you a ghost in the machine, Jack?
Yeah, it's right. I see it. It's right there.
Am I a ghost in the machine?
Well, that's a pretty good elementalist.
Yeah.
Pretty good char. Look at you.
I went for this. I went for the silliest horns I could find.
It looks like you have a dove trying to climb up your pant leg.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, so there, I just got my daily gatherer, just from chopping down a couple of trees.
Your outfit looks a little bit like a disco suit, but I assume that's just what everyone's early.
Yeah, there was really no way to make that look good.
Right.
I just sort of decided to go for the kind of like grey fur type thing, but yeah, it does look like a dove is trying to climb up my pant leg.
Alright, so now I've swapped to Scepter and Focus. Actually, if you're talking about doing the Dragon's Tooth and the Phoenix, that's probably what you have, Jack. Is a Scepter and a Focus.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had a scepter and I've got a focus equipped, but it didn't seem like it has done anything.
It will give you these two abilities over here. Nope.
Like it will give me 4 and 5.
Yes.
Oh, what? Like straight away? I'm gonna log in now.
Well, no. You'll have to unlock them the first time.
And I unlock them the first time by doing more of 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
Okay, so it just makes them available in my kind of like thingy of... Yeah, I'm loading it up now, and I'm gonna just tool around and see if I can unlock those two.
So would it be more beneficial to hang out with a staff first, and then once you have access to 4 and 5, switch over to the...
No, because that's on a per weapon basis.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like you have to... Like, one of the things you're probably all going to want to do early levels is equip... Just go to the regular, like, the boring old weapon vendor and buy all the weapons you can equip and use all of them so you can unlock all of the moves for every weapon.
Right, yeah.
Which once you unlock it, for every weapon type, you have it forever on that character. So... You don't have to unlock it like if you get a new dagger or something, but
Sure.
That way you they do that very specifically, I think, just so it eases you into every weapon, which is good.
Yeah, I agree. It's really
And
nice.
it also encourages you to try out every weapon for your class and decide which one you like the most.
So the focus is a bell, right?
It can be like many things. I think the focus I have right now is like a weird. It's like a little stick with jangly charms on it.
It's a jangly charm stick.
No, kitty cat.
That's what helps me focus. There's a lot of really jangly bits floating around. That's what I'm really on my game.
Is that a thing in fiction? Is it a thing that magicians that like, yeah, that like wizards use bells for magic? Because it's in Dark Souls 2 as well.
It's from D&D actually. Well, at least that's where I originally encountered it. It's a little bit different in D&D. Like in old D&D, you actually had to have specific foci for specific spells. Like you couldn't do a spell unless you had a coin or
right, the
something.
component parts, right? Yeah, you're totally right. I'd completely forgotten about that.
You're right. This thing.
Yo, art. Remember when we played old school D&D?
I do remember that.
I'm just saying that the wizard in our group maybe never had to have the components that she needed.
Oh, that's because they were super complicated and hard to get back then.
Right, but I'm saying she cast those spells anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people just ignored that part of the game.
Well, no, it's super weird because we had like a really hardcore dude in charge of our group.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was
If you just make me play old school D&D, then yeah, he was
game,
super hardcore.
Huh?
We have a lot of complicated systems in our game.
We do have a lot of complicated systems in our game. It's true. It's true. We have you can have a magic bell on our game.
Yeah.
We totally could.
If you want, I guess.
There's gonna be a point where I'm just gonna think you guys are just making this up. Because there's been a lot of like, this is what we're talking about. This isn't our thing. Like, there's no thing. You guys can just say that. Like,
we have a doc that has all the rules in it. We've played it a bunch.
You're not sounding less invasive right now. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, it's just as invasive. No, I swear we played it.
Like twice.
We got a doc.
You can dock. Do you want to?
Well,
Jack, we'll have a meeting about docking later. We'll see if we can fit that in.
What?
Yeah, cool. Awesome.
Not. All right. So what's next? So where are we at? Show.
Yeah, I've gone through all the weapon
maybe,
combos here. So
let's
let's
show Keith Thief and then.
Yeah.
Also, Keith
Probably after
Thief.
Thief, I've gotta get going too.
Sure.
Is Keith Thief like Chief Keef?
Yeah, we've been
but-
doing
That's
this for a
exactly
while.
where I was
Chief
going,
Keef
Jack.
Thief,
You are my
yeah.
best friend. This is. I'm really glad that the British dude went to Chief Keef and not me. That's good.
Yeah. What don't you like, Keith?
What don't I like? What do you mean?
Oh, it's a Chief Keef song.
Oh, I like Chief Keef. Chief Keef's. I mean.
No. I mean, Chief Keef lists things he doesn't like. That's the thing he does.
Sorry, I gotta go put all of these random weapons in the
Oh,
bank.
right. Back in.
Right, yeah.
Right.
That's okay. I'll just
Is
keep
there a
trying to
foghorn
guess
in the
what.
background?
I heard a foghorn.
A what?
Sounded like a car driving by.
My window's open.
Are we talking some sort of Doppler shit going on? Made it sound like a foghorn?
Yes.
Austin by the sea.
I wish I was by
Austin
the sea.
on the sea.
I miss the sea.
Austin
live by
Walker
the
brought
sea?
to you by
I'm-
a boat sailing across international waters.
Right. The international water separating Canada and America. I'm very close to the Great Lakes, I guess.
Can I ask you a lore question?
Sure.
Why are the Flame Legion attacking me?
They
'Cause they're
want
called the Flame
to.
Legion.
They still want
True.
to be at war with the humans.
Ah, right. And we're
They
more
have not-
peaceful.
Yep, they have not.
They've ignored the peace.
They have not forgiven
Hawks,
the
man.
humans yet.
And why should they? I mean, we probably did some really shitty things.
I'm
Yeah,
prepared to
kinda.
forgive it,
It's actually really fascinating to me that they basically
They made a
cast
decision.
they cast the heroes, like the actual player heroes of the first game, as villains in the second. Like that's
Wait, really?
yeah.
I
Like
didn't know that.
all the ghosts in the Char the Char starting zone is like
Oh,
the
right,
Char
right, right.
ancestral home,
Right.
and that's what Guild Wars 1. That's like the central one of the main central things of at least the first part of Guild Wars 1 is the Char trying to take back their ancestral home from the humans, and which they've done
Sure.
at some point between Guild Wars 1 and 2, and now the all the Char areas are filled with human ruins and ghosts of
Yeah.
actual.
The very first thing I did was kill this enormous duke, who I imagine was probably a character in...
Some of those were NPC characters in Guild Wars 1.
That's rad.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So when I was killing this big duke, I got a little cutscene with him. Is that a thing? Cutscenes, do they happen in like dungeons and stuff, or is that much more story based?
Cutscenes happen in your story, in your personal story.
But only in your personal story.
I'm pretty sure,
so.
yeah. Like there is stuff that will like play out in the world in other stuff.
But those aren't
Yeah.
cutscenes where like you're.
Oh, well, there's also. I mean, the first thing you're doing when you first start the game is your first personal
Yeah.
story quest.
I've got to quit this because my fan is just gone
I
weird.
hear that.
Whoa.
I thought that was
Yeah.
a vacuum cleaner.
No, it shouldn't be doing that. Shh,
No.
calm down.
Uh-oh.
Calm down. Calm down. Don't do this to me, bro. Calm down. Is there? I've never used Windows before. Is there a button I can press to make it stop doing this?
No, because that will make your computer not do good things.
Oh, so it's probably a good sign that it's making this noise.
Yes, that means your
Yeah.
computer is working
Yeah.
as intended.
Your computer decided that it was hot and wanted to cool down.
Ah, yeah, it's in a pretty hot place right now. So, the only really good place I can get good acoustics in Googly is the sauna. Yeah, this was the class that I played when I played Guild Wars the first time, and I did not understand it at all.
And I like it a bunch, but I also hate it, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, they're.
I'm just getting bad memories from those little pictures along the bottom of the screen.
They fixed a thing with the Thief that made me want to maybe try it again, but at the end of the day, I decided I wanted to try something new, which is why I went with Ranger. Also, Rangers have cool pets, like Jerry the tiger or whatever. What is he actually?
Tony
He
the
is-
Tiger?
No, Jerry. I think you mean Jerry. My pet? The juvenile jungle stalker.
I guess
Oh,
it all
you
goes
mean-
down to whether or not you like the things he does.
Right.
I briefly thought you meant Jerry Teddicky Smith's cat.
Oh, I forgot about that cat. That's a good cat. The cat smelled real bad, but one time it shat all over Jeff's pillows, and it made up for all the times it smelled bad.
How does a cat smell bad? Cats clean themselves.
No, Jerry had a butt problem.
Jerry did have a butt problem.
What
It
was
was
his
bad.
butt problem? Did he just have a really big butt? And all this
No,
milk?
no, it was like an inside butt problem. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. All you need to know is I used to have a bad roommate named Jeff, and twice in a row in like a single week, Jerry the incredibly smelly cat, shat on his pillows. And then like I learned this when Jeff learned this when Jeff's head touched his pillow after work.
He was in cat poop.
The cat redeemed itself in your eyes instantly from that point.
Jerry's a lot better now. I saw him a year
Aw.
ago, and he's all his butt problems are fixed.
No way, really? Like permanently
Yeah.
fixed off.
Yeah, yeah.
Did Jeff know and acknowledge the butt problems?
Oh yeah, Jeff knew about the butt problem. It was hard
Oh,
not to.
This place looks messed up.
Yeah, so we are in. This is my Sylvari Thief now. We're in Sylvari zones. This is my
Teach me
thief.
how the thief do.
This is my sweet ass long cloak, which I like a lot.
I'm into that cloak.
Yes.
So is this light armor?
No, that's
this is medium.
Oh, okay.
But also, this is a skin.
Right, yeah. But you got this skin from...
This is actually just the guild skin,
Okay.
the guild
Okay.
guild coat.
I got it. It's neat.
Look at this guy.
Can
So
you
the
kill
thing-
me?
So this guy, this is a friendly guy. This is one of the ones that if you're a ranger, you
Right.
can tame
That's-
these guys.
Jerry, my Jerry looks like. Jerry the Jungle Stalker looks like that.
So did you name Jerry the Jungle Stalker after this cat?
I didn't,
Butt
but
cat?
maybe I did. Like I just reached down into my deep consciousness.
Yeah,
and
what's the
like,
name for a cat?
What's the
They
right?
do say that scent is the strongest memory.
They do. It's like the cat. Oh, Jerry, cat named Jerry. Yeah.
Cat named Jerry.
Why did you bonus
What
XP?
weapons are you rocking right now?
So I've got dual dagger
Okay.
right now.
Dual dagger is like one of like the quote best thief builds. Like a lot of people run this, and it's super fast. And you jump all over the place.
Yeah, it's
like
the
that.
this is like the flippy ninja stuff.
Flippy Ninja is sounds like
An iOS game?
like an iOS game.
It's my Flappy Bird clone.
Yep. So the thing with Thief is that they don't have cooldowns. Like,
Yeah.
you just jam on any of those abilities. What they do have is they're the only class that has like a thing that's more like a mana pool. That do you see those like white diamonds above the skills?
I see those.
Yeah, these
Right.
the initiative.
Right. Those refill quickly. Like again, it's not like mana where you're popping mana potions or like, have to rest outside of combat or something to get them back. But it means that like you have to kind of manage like when you want to use your heavier hitting abilities.
Okay.
Yeah, so this flip move I'm doing, like it does blade damage and it also attacks like everyone in the area. And I think it also dodges. It counts like
Yeah.
almost all of their moves count as an evade too.
They have
so.
lots of really cool movement shit. Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
But so yeah, like I can do this flip move like 3 times in a row, and then I'm out of initiative.
But maybe
But
everything
then
around you
I've-
dead. So
Right. Or
is
this.
there anything that doesn't cost any initiative?
I think you're
The,
auto attack, right?
yeah, the
What is
main
that?
the auto
Don't kill
attack.
that thing.
Okay.
And
there's
that's a big guy.
and there's nothing that builds the initiative.
It's just overtime.
Right. And there are
Because
there are
I'm
some-
thinking of the smuggler in the Old Republic, where you had a bunch of things that cost whatever their name was, and then your main attack would actually give you points.
There are some
Yeah,
traits
no,
that
it's-
you can get down the line that do things that like restore initiative when you dodge.
Right.
But there's nothing that's like this is the way you just build. It builds up naturally by itself. Like
Okay, that's weird.
it's neat. It's just like a returning. Yeah. The other big thing with them is that there are other classes that do dual wielding. Obviously, like if you're a warrior, you can wield a sword and an axe or whatever. For thieves, the third ability in your main hand, so your 3 key, changes based on what your second hand ability is.
Okay.
So right now he does that cool flip thing.
right.
Yep.
But if you
What if
pop
he had
in
a pistol in his
with the
offhand?
pistol in his offhand,
Wait, can you have a pistol in your main hand and a dagger in your offhand?
yes.
Yep.
What is this game?
Yeah, it's cool. It's pretty cool.
I really like that this is what's blowing Keith's mind.
I know, me too.
Yeah. So now
Jack's
here's
environment for Keith, it's like weapons in hands.
Right,
But
so
you can have your dagger in your main hand and your pistol in your offhand, or switch them, and they do different things.
they do different things.
Yep.
Again, most of those are right, exactly. So
So now-
Dexterity.
I have dagger in the main hand, pistol in the offhand, and now my 3 key has changed. And actually, this is one of my favorite thief
Cool
moves.
thing,
Like I love
yeah.
this move. I shoot the guy, and then I teleport to him.
and it blinds him. You shoot him in a way that blinds him, and then you teleport up into his grill.
So
Yep.
you shoot his eye and then teleport into his face.
Yep.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
pretty
And then
good.
these are the 4 and 5 are the actual pistol moves. Then it's
4
like
is like an interrupty thing.
it's like a daze. Yeah, headshot. Headshot.
And then 5 is when I have my thief, I play with pistol on my offhand a lot because it does this thing called black powder where you shoot it and like a big explosion of powder goes around you and there's a little AoE around you and anyone in that is blind, which means all of their attacks miss.
Yep.
So it's like this weird tanky thing where you can be like up in someone's grill with a sword or a knife in your one hand and then like blinding them with black powder and just dodging all of their attacks because they're blind over and over. It's really fun.
That's pretty cool.
The thief is by far the most active. The best and
That's what
worst.
I like about MMOs
Sure.
is when I'm not being passive in all my stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, even
None of
more
this
like
looks
this.
super passive.
The thief, none of it is passive. Even the elementalist, even the wizard of the game is not
Dodge
passive.
all over the place, yeah.
You're dodging all over the place. No skill, I guess I shouldn't say no skill, because maybe there's one skill somewhere, but the vast majority of the skills, do not, plant you in a spot. Wizards in World of Warcraft,
there's
every
Safari.
single one of their skills, if you move, it cancels whatever you're casting.
Right. There are a few exceptions, and they're like sticking points. There's a ranger sword attack that stops you from moving, and the devs insist it's working as intended because it would be too powerful otherwise. But players have never been happy about it. But
Sure.
Wait.